Give me my space, I'm in my pride. I was a prisoner, all of the mind. Now I'm a traveler leading the line. They wanna cut me, I'm bleeding divine. Home of the greed, land of the slaves. No, we ain't free, still we do great. No, we ain't free, still we do great. Yeah. Still we do great. I gotta say it and say it and say it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Junkies for episode 3. Joined as always here, myself, Steve, the host, and my co-host, Justin. Justin, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm still quarantined as usual.
Are you? You look like you're hanging out in your garage having a good time over there.
Oh boy, it's not a good time down here.
Is it not? Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
if you can see what I'm looking at, there's nothing exciting to look at down here right now.
Nothing? Why not? Come on, man. There's got to be something exciting.
It's a ping pong table, but it's not up.
We'll see. That's your fault, man. That is all on you.
There's a lot of stuff down here that needs to be organized. That's going to be the next project for quarantine.
All right. I've been saying that for a few weeks now. So joining us
I've been saying it for 5 years.
Yeah. Joining us this week is the baseball guru himself, Mr. Kevin Bohannon. Kevin, what's going on, man?
How's it going, guys? We got some great news today. Looks like we might be playing ball in the month of June.
That's what I like to hear. So give us the rundown on that. I'm going to go ahead and let you jump into that since you're the baseball guru over there before we hit the topics, man. What do you got, the breaking news for us tonight?
All right, so Governor Asa Hutchinson said today that Arkansas is under a youth baseball and sport teams quarantine until May 31st. So him and his task force will reevaluate that the second week of May, and all signs point to we will be able to play ball on the weekend of June the 6th in the state of Arkansas.
Heck yeah.
Hey,
great news.
That's
I can't
fantastic.
wait.
Looking forward to that. We need some baseball or something in our lives. I mean, today, obviously, word came out the Little League World Series, not overly surprising, has been canceled. Of course, it'd be hard to play that when you haven't played any games to this point. So yeah, that's, hate to see that, but another moment in this pandemic era for sure.
That's the first time since 1947 that we have not had a Little League World Series. I hate that, man. I love watching that. Even if they are 15 out there playing against 12-year-olds, I still want to watch baseball.
Yeah, show up with your birth certificate. I am 12.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Oh, I should have had a paper ready. Golly.
Yeah.
That's the good part. I mean, it's so. Oh man, any kind of sports, please, says Will. So I mean, we'll take anything. I was being chastised before we came on because I haven't caught up on The Last Dance yet. So Justin,
don't say you haven't caught up. You haven't started.
You haven't sniffed it.
There's a difference in I missed last week's and I haven't even seen the preview of it yet.
Well, I haven't.
We're almost halfway done now.
Look.
What is it, 5 and 6 this week? I mean, I've watched them 3 times a piece already, just because it's sports. And I was very young during that era. When
my 7-week-old daughter knows Dennis Rodman is a freak by now. Come on, man.
Oh man, see, I'm getting ragged, man. I mean, I deserve it. I do deserve it. So I will.
Maybe a freak, but he was great.
I had my chance really to watch it today, but Justin caught me on my way home from my one outing of the week, which is to go to Walmart and spend 2 hours walking around that store to get away from my children. So that was.
Oh, blame it on Justin.
That was the moment. No. He caught me when I was out. So
I caught him.
Oh, okay.
I was going to the gas station and I was like, "Is that Steve?" And then all of a sudden, yep, that was Steve. Not wearing a mask or anything.
Oh, who wears? You're not supposed to wear a mask when you're driving, man.
Not even abiding by the rules when you go to a public place.
Look, did you not hear about the lady that had the wreck because she passed out because she wore the N95 mask for too long? We can't be doing those kind of things, man.
Did y'all see the mug shot of the guy that had the mask on?
No, I missed that.
Yes.
That's
Pulaski
good.
County Sheriff's Office. Go to Right to Know, and he's on there, baby. Full hospital mask and all.
Oh, I'm about to look that up and put it on screen before we're done tonight.
That's
it was awesome.
Popped up. Somebody find that and make a comment of it on there so I can see it.
Right, no doubt. So, man, it's been another fun week. We look forward to chopping it up with Kevin tonight, no doubt. Where he's going to bring some good stuff in. I hope you guys give me some clicks, some comments on what you guys think about the background, the screen we got going. We really want to try to figure out, and if anybody knows Ecamm Live very well, we'd really like to know how to put all of these little boxes with our beautiful faces in them, around the screen somewhere instead of stacked on top of each other. So maybe we'll figure that out by the time we get around to the next episode.
We've said that for a few weeks now. We've been trying to figure everything out on the fly.
Hey,
fourth time will be a charm.
Hey, the audio.
There you go.
I got to know from everybody listening though. I got to think the audio is much better. We worked on it. That's why we were late tonight, guys. Sorry. We've been working on that.
I mean, 3 weeks of bad audio. We had to spend a minute trying to get that right. I got tired of the first comment being, "Why is Justin in the tunnel?"
No doubt, no doubt. So, a little bit of house cleaning. I failed this past week really to get our all-decade team pictures posted out for voting. So we really didn't get a lot of votes this week. So we're going to shoot that thing for a whole nother week. I haven't actually discussed this with anyone else, not even you guys. But we're going to run this for another week. You didn't even get enough. Don't look at me like that, Justin. You didn't even get enough votes to come close. You need another week, brother.
It's like when there's a three-way tie for first place, and it's a perfect triangle, and they've all beaten each other, and then they drop the third team. You're the third team that's been dropped, so just don't panic.
Drop me like that, huh? I really hope this blows up in y'all's face and people vote for me just despite y'all.
All I know is I was losing
despite y'all.
I was losing for quite a while there, which was highly frustrating. So I think Jackson is probably going to run away with it, but All right. So let's hop into this thing, guys. We've rabbit holed enough here to start this thing, so let's hop into it. Our first topic of the night, with all the uncertainty in Major League Baseball, including what's going to happen with the minor leagues and everything else, the draft, as well as the NCAA grant an extra year of eligibility to spring athletes, would you advise Casey Martin and Heston Kjerstad to come back or go ahead and start that clock and head to the league? Kevin, I want to come to you first, being our resident baseball expert. What is your opinion on what those guys should do at this point?
So I'm going to break it down on case-by-case basis. And I'm going to include Casey Opitz in this too, because he's probably the third one in there that everybody's talked about and everybody knows that he's eligible. So Heston Kjerstad, I do not think his bargaining chip can be any higher right now, but I don't think his stock could be any higher either. So he needs to go. He's projected anywhere from top 10 to top 20. I think the lowest I've seen him is 18. So if you're Heston Kjerstad, take the money and run. Take the money and run. He's gone. Casey Martin, I want to say yes, he should go, but I think it's going to depend on where he gets picked. It's going to depend on who wants to show him the money and where they want him to play. He's so athletic that people really don't know what to do with him sometimes. He plays really fast. We all know that. But he's got tools that you can't teach. He's a 6'3" runner. He's 90 miles per hour across the infield. Exit velocity's been over 100. 2 years ago in the SEC tournament against Florida, he took a first-round draft pick 445 feet to left field. And you don't just do that at Hoover Met Stadium. That place is a boneyard. You can't hit it out of there very easily. So he's got the tools to do it. I think it depends on where he gets drafted. And we talked to Steve Moritz last night. You're going to get $100,000 up front, then 10% of your signing bonus, and then it's going to be deferred payment. We do know that. Casey Opitz, on that hand, he needs to go. He's a catcher, and I compare catchers to running backs in the league. They only have so many miles they can put on those knees behind the plate, and we know Casey put on 25 pounds of good muscle this past year. His stock is through the roof. I think he'll go in the second or third round, and he will be in the pros next year.
Okay, so I'm not going to disagree with you for the most part here. So with Kjerstad, I don't think there's any question. Anybody? So you guys watching right now live on YouTube and Facebook, first off, thanks. Throw your comments in there. Give us your opinions on these two guys and what you think you should do. But, you look at the graphic that we've got up there. This guy, Kjerstad, has hammered several. I mean, about as many awards as you can want. I mean, obviously still chasing the Golden Spikes, which he may have had a really good shot at getting this year, but obviously not going to happen. But a career batting average over almost 350, career slugging percentage at about 430, 35 career home runs. I mean, and he's ranked as a top 10 prospect on MLB.com. So to me, Kjerstad is the guy that, like you said, his stock's not getting any higher. This guy, he could come back next year and maybe be, a top 5? I mean, it doesn't really make a huge difference. Now, for Casey Martin, on the other hand, the question, and the question to me is, when you look at what's going on with Martin, can he get out of his own way? Can he get out of his head? Can he slow the game down? We talked to Bubba. We've talked to Bubba Carpenter on Around the Diamond. We've talked to Phil Elson about this. Everyone knows the talent that Casey Martin has and he possesses, and how he projects at the next level. But is he a guy that could make himself a little more money by coming back next year and having that extra junior year, so he still gets the bargaining power of having his junior year behind him? And so, I don't know. To me, I think Martin should come back. That's my opinion. You look at the uncertainty going forward with what's going to happen in the draft, money-wise. There's some questions as far as what's going to happen next year as well. But assuming we have baseball, which we think we will, the money should be able to start rolling back in for MLB, and these these deferred payments and stuff should probably go away. So to me, yeah, Casey Martin, I'd like to see Casey come back and prove a few things. Kjerstad, man, I love you. You've been my dude, but it's probably time to give right field to somebody else. Justin,
I like how you put that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you throw your opinion in there, since we're all about giving people dumb opinions. So come on.
I love that. Heston Kjerstad is gone. That boy's gone. He came back this year just to try to pad some stats at Arkansas and enjoy college one more time. He was hoping to go back to Omaha and win the World Series instead of having the glitch that happened last year. So he's real quick. He's gone. Good luck, Heston. I hope you get drafted to my Yankees so you can make some real damn good money. But anywhere you go, you're going to do great in major leagues anyway. Casey Martin needs to come back. It's not where you get drafted unless you want to get drafted and make, a good chunk of change for now and grow up in minor leagues. You come back one more year, you let Van Horn get you out of your own head, you can end up being that top 10, top 20 draft pick next year once you fix some of the problems. They didn't play that much this year, but his play was not the best play it could have been. It wasn't what it was last year. I mean, there was too many just basic ground balls that he's rushing on. I mean, it's just the simple fact of take your time and field it correctly. Stop trying to make this highlight play to try to become the number one overall pick right now. Do it right and make the play. He's not doing it. Now, Opitz, that could go either way. I agree with Kevin's thing of catcher's knees do not last that long. And he put on the weight. He did the right stuff. But did he show enough to really make the money that he could really make next year?
Yes.
If he comes back? I mean, because I know he showed at the end, but if he would have gone this full year, it would have been a heck of a lot better. So with him, it's a coin flip. I mean, see where you get drafted. If you're not drafted where you want to go or what you think you could do, I don't see a problem coming back next year and proving to everybody, here's what I can really do. You'll be basically the leader of the team then. You could do it that way. But then again, if somebody wants to draft you, man, that's what you want to do for a living. I'm not going to say no to anybody drafting me. You know what I mean? That's just flat out it.
So I can see Kevin over there chomping at the bit to respond to that Opitz stuff.
So, he didn't like my comment because he was like, "Oh no!"
And with Casey Martin, it's not where you get drafted per se order wise. It's where you fit in a program, in an organization. The Cardinals out of high school wanted him in the third or fourth round and were ready to give him $750,000 around that mark to go play in the outfield. He didn't want to. He wanted to play shortstop. When he got to Arkansas, Jax Biggers was there. And he went to Dave Van Horn after his freshman year and said, look, I'm going to be your shortstop. And he's been really good. He's a preseason All-American. He's got the tools. It's just a matter of, like we've all said time and time again. And here's the thing. Yeah, head. And Steve Moritz said, it's not just based on this body of work over 15 games, 16 games that they played. No. They've been scouting these guys for years, 3 or 4 years. So they know what he can do. It's just what organization is going to say, hey, we're going to let you get out of your own way and go make plays.
Yeah, I also think that him not doing summer ball last year kind of affected him a little bit too. I'm sorry. I'm a strong believer that if you're going to play baseball, you play
it year-round
to December. You don't just stop and take some time off. Heston went and played with the Team USA, and oh my God, blew up like people in freaking Seattle didn't know who he was. Opitz did too. They were on the same team. Why didn't Martin go play with that team? I mean, I understand you're a Lone Oak boy and you like country stuff, but if you're gonna play baseball, you got to go play baseball. There's no exception. If you're gonna play baseball, you keep playing. You don't stop.
Yeah,
I just have a problem with that myself. If you're a baseball player, you don't just take time off of baseball. You keep playing.
Well, so and I wouldn't say that he took time off, but the one concern that I had, because I think we all know that he worked. He worked hard, last summer to really work on pitch recognition and to slow things down and get better at his craft. So I don't know that anybody's questioning that he that, but the one thing that was concerning to me was a lot of the issues that were creeping up late in the season last year seemed to jump right back into this season. So to me, that was what concerned me with Casey Martin.
Play.
Now. For Opitz, I'm with Kevin, and with Opitz, you got to start that clock. Being a catcher, those knees, a switch hitting catcher at that with power, he's got an opportunity to do some special things at the next level. I really like Opitz, and to me, it's kind of like a running back. Kevin and I have talked about this on Around the Diamond, you want to go when the money, you want to strike when the iron's hot as a catcher, because it's the same as a running back. Your shelf life could be very limited at that level. So I mean, we don't really have Opitz up here, but yes, I would agree. Opitz is a guy that's kind of a no-brainer, the same as Kjerstad to me. But guys, we got a few folks out there watching, so throw your comments up there. We want to hear. This is the time of the show where your opinion gets to be heard. So we haven't really got to argue with any fans lately, so I'm really wanting some good argumentative opinions out there. I know people don't like my opinion. Surely not.
Where's Chris at? I'm waiting for Chris to pop up. He's always got something against me, it seems like.
I feel like I should call him out or something. Be like, hey, where you at, man? So I don't think I can comment back into these. So.
I was hoping to get taken through the ringer. I'm ready to see some interaction here. Come on, guys.
I know it. We got enough people watching, so probably it's some of these people, it's probably my wife while she's giving the children a bath in there. So she's probably like, she's probably paying no attention to anything we're saying. She's just giving us that token watch so we can have that view. So
that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe some folks will hop in here in a little bit and jump some and give us some interaction and some arguments. But that's going to do it, man. We're going to jump in to topic 2 when we get back. So hang around. Get on my way, had a frequency been way up, way up. Get on my way, it's too easy, it's a layup. Give me my... Support for this episode is provided by the Mountain Valley Spring Water. Bottled continuously since 1871 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, the Mountain Valley Spring Water rises naturally to the surface of the earth where it is bottled untouched to this day. Mountain Valley prides themselves on truth, integrity, and clean, pure water. They bottle in glass to preserve quality and taste, and also proudly offer recyclable, green plastic bottles as a convenient on-the-go alternative. There's never been a better time than now to get back to your source. So head over to mountainvalleyspring.com to find your local retailer, or set up delivery to your home or office today. Get on my way, I need space to get the fake car. Get on my way, I need space, I'm about to take off. Get on my way, yeah, the frequency been way up, way up. Get on my way, it's too easy, it's a layup. Give me my space. All right. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Look at there. I decided to throw Justin to the bottom of the screen instead of the middle now. So
just flip me around, man. Y'all always do that to me.
His opinion sucked so bad we moved him to the bottom. So.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, man.
That's 2 stabs. One by each one of y'all. Kevin opened up hot on my
Hey, look, y'all were giving me hell to start it, so we might as well jump into it. So all right. So let's hop into this second segment here, and let's get some things going.
Yeah, let's get some real topics going. Okay, the NCAA recently ruled.
Hold up. I'm going to interrupt you here. You saying talking about Kjerstad and Martin aren't real topics? You're going to have some Razorback fans coming through here after you, man.
real topics of things that are going to matter coming up. We know what they're all going to do. It's just our opinion on what we think they're going to do. We know Herstad's gone. We know Opitz is gone. And Casey will come back to, perfect his, crime here. So, okay.
I got to try to fix something real quick. Your sound just went to crud again, so let me...
man.
I know, it never fails. Let me see if I can fix something real quick. Nope. There it is. Hang on, guys. We'll have it fixed in just a second. All right. Sound should be so much better. So y'all let us know, but I think I got the sounds fixed there. We should be good.
Hopefully it does, yeah. I'm glad how Will caught that so quick. Justin's audio just went to crap.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we're good now. Y'all let us know if the audio is any better now. I changed that setting. I guess I'm going to have to do that on every screen when we go back. All right. Hop into it. Hopefully your audio's good.
That's what you get for flipping me to the bottom.
Well, probably
okay.
So. You're probably right.
Back to the important stuff. The NCAA recently ruled to delay the vote on allowing a one-time transfer without having to sit. In essence, they've said no to this proposal. Is this a right decision or a wrong decision? Steve, you go first.
It's the wrong decision, and it shows the hypocrisy of the NCAA yet again. So we already dealt with this with the Connor Vanover situation, and as folks always want to bring it up that something bad's always going to happen to the Razorbacks, Hog's going to hog, all that kind of crap. But when you look across the landscape of college athletics in general, there is no set in stone basis for what allows these guys to transfer. But now, if a coach wants to jump and go to another program and make millions of dollars, he's welcome to do that, and there to be no repercussions. He doesn't have to sit a year, he doesn't have to wait a year, he can go immediately, and he can do whatever he wants. So to me, this is more NCAA hypocrisy. And now, again, I see one side of this thing, the argument where, this could turn college athletics into a free agent, game. But the transfer portal's already doing that. And I think you talk with a guy like Musselman on the basketball side of this. Musselman likes to be able to bring in these guys that can sit because it allows for better roster management. So to continuously be running through, a free agent situation like that, I can see that argument. But to me, these players should be allowed, especially if it's their first time to transfer. They got into a situation that maybe they were sold a bill of goods by a coaching staff, or maybe they got there and they just weren't as good as they thought they were, and so they should go to another Power 5 or program where they would have to sit potentially. They shouldn't have to sit in that situation. These guys should be allowed to get out and play, and especially that first transfer to me. If you're going to allow grad transfers to do it just because they have some random grad school option at the school they're going to go to, and that's the reason they can make that
management.
Yeah, so to me, no. This thing needs to continue. The NCAA screwed up here. They need to allow these guys, especially that first time transfer. I know they're going to revisit it in the future, but to me right now it's a bad deal to me, man. They should have let this thing go and pass this at this point. All right. Justin,
are we even surprised anymore that the NCAA is doing this?
No.
I mean, the United States Supreme Court in 2000, Al Gore versus George Bush said this ruling counts now and for this time only. Did not set a precedent. The word precedent means nothing to the NCAA. So they're going to pick and choose what they want to rule on, what laws they want to make, and what they want to do with student athletes. It's like they're the puppet master that has no strings.
Yeah.
So they're going to say, okay, y'all can go make money. You can't use the university logo, but you can say their name. There you go. So, but now you can't transfer because unless you have your 128 hours and your little paper that says you have a BS in recreation management, and then you can go somewhere. All right, that's fine. But if you get in a bad situation or if you have a grandmother that's home that's sick, no, we're going to make you sit for a year. That's bullcrap. And there is no other way to put it. These guys sit up there in Indianapolis and I think they just pick something random out of the hat, throw it up against the wall, throw a dart at it. If the dart hits it, we make a ruling on it. If it doesn't, we push it to the back of the line. I go back to the University of Miami situation. I grew up a UU fan. I had a Kevin Williams jersey in 1992 exactly. And I went to the War Memorial Stadium when they beat us 31-3, 99-yard touchdown to Lamar Thomas, standing up just cheering. 20,000 Hog fans around me just booing me, throwing stuff. I'm 10 years old. I don't care. What they did at the University of Miami and just let them off the hook, it just doesn't surprise me anymore, guys. So we're one of these days, and I don't know if we'll see it in the next 15, 20 years, somebody's going to break off. The NCAA is going to be nil. Yeah. That's what I think is going to happen.
Well, and we talked about that a little bit in a couple episodes ago when we start seeing, and I think, not to bring up some old stuff, but, Justin and I talked about this with Jackson when he was on. When you look back, I mean, with the financial aspects of things that are going on and some of these bigger power or these other Power 5 programs may not be able to survive some of this. So, I think we're going to see it sooner than later when you're going to see the NCAA if they don't start making some really, really good decisions going forward. So, Justin, what's your opinion there?
Well, we'll start this off right. The NCAA is garbage when they come to all of their rules and rulings on who gets what. Why did Connor Vanover not get to play this year? His coach got fired. He lived in California, grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas. He wanted to come home, but there's 20 other players that wanted to come home to go play in Duke or North Carolina or Kentucky. They get to play the first game. They get to practice right away. We'll agree to that waiver, but the kid coming home to Arkansas doesn't get it.
Yeah.
NCAA's been garbage. They're going to be garbage, but the worst part is I don't see them changing it. I mean, they're like Roger Goodell of the NCAA. It's his rules and no other rules. What I think goes, and I would agree with Kevin's point. They're probably throwing darts, but they're not throwing darts at the topics they want to talk about. They're throwing darts on what the hell they're going to eat tonight. It's just it's awful. I mean, they needed to change it 20 years ago before the transfer portal became a thing, and they have now waited until it's garbage. It's awful. They're doing everything wrong. They're not choosing what they should be choosing. They're not doing anything right. They need to stop, revamp everything. Anybody that works for the NCAA needs to be fired, bring somebody else in, and get this right now. Because, I mean, technically you're hurting kids because now kids are going to be – oh, yeah, Gabe got to play at West Virginia. Thank you, Andy. Kids are going to stop going to college and jumping straight to the G League. Now the NBA is going to offer that, and there's not going to be any great college teams. There's not going to be kids going to college for a degree. There's going to be kids that are 45 years old, dumb as hell, because they went from high school to the G League to go play basketball, and I hope you make it. It's awful. NCAA needs to just start over from scratch and fix it all the way around.
I can't disagree. 100%. The NCAA's got a big problem on their hands here, so they got to figure it out. And I think they took a step backwards. Maybe they thought that by allowing this likeness thing to pass, which they don't have a choice. I mean, as states start to adopt it as legislation, they're not going to have a choice anyway.
We want college video games.
Well, yeah, we do.
They want the money off of college video games. I can't wait till NCAA 21 comes out. I'm buying it the first day. I'll pre-order that.
And it's never going to happen because I have to pay the players. Yeah. They're going to have to have an agent lawyer get on behalf of the Players Association, which it's coming, guys. You're going to have a players union in the NCAA or college athletics. I won't say NCAA. I'll say college athletics. They'll have a union for the players in the next 5 years.
Well, so I mean, they're allowed to have an agent at this point to help them with their the part of it on their likeness side, right? They're allowed to have an agent representing them. Am I incorrect in that?
Advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it an advisor, but you know good and well they're going to give them an agent. You're going to go sign LeBron's agent or whoever just because you're that good of a high school kid going to Duke or Kentucky, and you're going to end up, getting some hot shot telling you what to do, and here's how you make money, and go to this Walmart and take pictures of the kids and all this other crap just to get some money in your pocket, and they're going to milk you into forgetting about college and the joy of college and playing college basketball and shove you into I like that comment. They're going to shove you into G League for 10 years, and you're going to be the next star coming out to play one game, for the New York Knicks just because they're injured so dang bad, from the G League. It's awful, man. They're going to ruin college sports all the way around if they don't fix it now.
Well, hopefully they do. Hopefully we get some things changed or a big change in the way the NCAA does things, or just break away from it altogether. So, guys, I want to remind you out there that's watching, if you're watching right now, click the share button down at the bottom of your screen or wherever it's out on your screen. Share this show. Get your friends watching. We want that interaction. Thanks to Andy Gates and the crew out there that are playing along with us as we go. But man, I agree. I agree with you guys. I think the NCAA they struck and missed. They swung and missed here. Again, I like the idea of the pay for your likeness thing. Of course, University of Arkansas.
It's about time.
University of Arkansas didn't waste any time at going out and marketing that. So I like it.
Yeah, they did a great job, and I never thought I would thank Ed O'Bannon for something because 1995, 81-72 beats Arkansas up in Seattle. But yeah, thanks Ed O'Bannon. We appreciate it. And there's somebody I read somewhere the other day. Ed O'Bannon got to the pros, and he was finally not as good as somebody told him he was. Yeah. So he left his mark on something after all.
Well, I'm going to say this about Ed O'Bannon at this point is Ed O'Bannon is the reason none of us can have any extra fun right now during the pandemic, because we would have all kinds of NCAA football streaming tournaments going on right now if Ed O'Bannon hadn't opened his mouth. So at least I blame him for that.
It would have gone nuts.
Yeah, you think? We've been trying to figure out how to make it work with all the servers being down for it. It doesn't work anymore. So.
Right. All of a sudden, you can't buy the game for a PS4 and Xbox. You got to play it on PS3, and good luck getting that to stream to anything in the world.
The servers don't work. So
you can barely stream it to your own TV.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it for segment 2. When we get back, we're going to have a little fun, and we're going to talk about some of the worst ways that you could lose at the end of a game. So come on back with us. We'll be right back.
I've been a rebel since Lego and friends. I gotta make it and make it and spin. I set the trend, king of the fall, home with a winner by spring. Get out my way, I need space to get the fake off. Get out my way, I need space, I'm about to take off. Get out my way, yeah, the frequency been way up, way up. Get out my way, it's too easy, it's a layup. Give me my space, I'm in my pride. I was a prisoner, all of the mind.
All right, we have made it back. We're short one. So Kevin's going to try to hop on with his computer here in a second so he can stop having to hold his phone sideways. So the joys of
get tired of holding that phone up like this. That does suck. You hold your phone up for an hour and keep it still. Let's see how you feel about it.
I know. When we get him back here in a second, we're going to have to ask him what's heavier, that phone sideways or his 7-month-old. So, hey, there's Christopher Shaw. He has arrived at just in time, man.
Hey, you arrived for the best part of it. I missed him the whole time. I was waiting for him to come on.
Yeah, so by the way, the picture on your screen right now for anybody watching is that's a missed field goal. Well, it went away, but it'll come back in a minute. And it's the Denver Broncos in their that was when they lost their 8th Super Bowl. They would have had 8 Super Bowl wins if they'd have made that field goal right there. So
I still think you should have brought in Faithful. You should have had a picture of Faithful.
Oh, just
that's what. Oh, Kevin's back.
Hey, it's Kevin. Whoa, Kevin's. There we go. Kevin's back.
All right.
Oh, hang on. I'm gonna fix that, Chris. Sorry, I figured that was gonna be an issue on this one. One of these days, I'm gonna get these settings all correct. Hang on, guys. I'll fix the sound. I promise. So.
I just looked out and saw his comment though. He said, "Who let Chad Morris be the audio guy again?"
That was me. My fault. I'm going to fire him. He's fired. Yeah. He's fired.
It's not Chad Morris. It's John L. Smith. Remember? Smile.
No. John L. Smith wouldn't screw the audio up that bad.
I don't know. Did you watch any of that year? I think John L. Smith could mess up anything.
Except a press conference, man. Except a press conference. Smile, baby.
God, every time he said that, I wanted to jump to the TV and strangle his ass. I'm not going to lie to you.
We're a state of Alabama program, folks. State of Alabama. So, all right. Well, okay. William keeps saying that it ain't me, but it is on this end. I promise you.
It's not my internet connection, boss. It is 110%. Nobody's on it. They're outlawed from it while I'm here.
Well, it keeps changing. So each one of these settings, for some reason, I've got this set up. So big props to ecamlive.com. I really like this software, but it takes a little bit of work to get all the systems playing together, and so that's what we're working on right now. But y'all let us know if that sound is any better, because I've switched it over, so hopefully it's working. William, you made us a squirrel because you keep talking and you keep telling us our sound's bad. So why don't you just shut up over there?
So we're trying to fix it. Okay, it's all right.
William,
let's get back on topic.
Do what, Kevin?
Producer man.
I know our producer is at home giving us things to do here when he can be on here producing this and fixing it.
Right, through Facebook, when he could come to one of our houses and be here running it, but nope, I got to be at home watching it on Facebook.
Oh, apparently your sound is better because Christopher Shaw says it sounds Pittman to him. So I'm guessing that's better, right? I'm hoping that's better.
I mean, I'm assuming that's better because there's no way it could be worse than it was for the past 4 years. So,
all right. So before we get into this,
Arkansas going to a bowl game.
Before we get into this, we got a few people watching. Please, guys, share this thing. If you're, he's going to delete me. No, you're not. You guys, share this show. Get it out to all your friends. Share it right now. If you are listening after the fact, share it anyway because we want people to watch it. But this is going to be fun. So our final topic of the night is we're going to talk about. So I saw this on something, I don't remember, and it was worded a little different. There was a couple of different options. But so basically, and hang on, I'm going to share this one more time just to make people mad. Watch this. I'm going to make some groups mad. I hope they watch this because I'm fixing to share this, even though I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get in trouble for it. So yeah, I'm rabbit holing over here, but give me a minute.
Since he's rabbit holing, let me go ahead and ask Kevin the first question.
Okay.
For the last question.
Go ahead.
Okay, Kevin. What is the worst way to lose a game? A walk-off home run, a missed field goal, or a missed free throw?
Okay, so I thought about this. Now,
yeah, it's the tough one.
Logic here, okay? So walk-off home run, I've done that. I've given up a walk-off home run, and I've delivered that punch as well and walked somebody off before. You're relying on somebody else's skill to defeat you, okay? So that's at the bottom of the list. It's terrible and it sucks, but tip your hat, go on. That's just the way I feel about it. It's in a free throw. It hurts me to say I was a Memphis Tiger fan because I went to school over in Memphis. So 2008 and Mario Chalmers forever will haunt my dreams. So down there going down the stretch, D-Rose missing the free throws, that sucked. But you're letting 12 guys down. That's terrible. But let me talk about kickers for a minute.
Awesome comment, Chris. Sorry to interrupt you.
Missing a field goal has got to be the worst way to lose because kickers are nuts. Kickers are the craziest people on earth. They're nutty. They're cuckoo. They're by themselves all the time. Kick the damn ball through the uprights and make it. You're going to let down 52 other guys, plus your coaching staff, plus the 60,000 in attendance. All you got to do is see the ball, kick the ball through the uprights. Possibly the worst way to lose is missing a field goal. You got one job to do, kick the damn ball. That's the worst way to lose.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to take this one, Justin? You want me to take it?
Yeah. You go ahead and go next. Go ahead and go next.
So I hope we're not all going to have the same response. So, and I'm not saying what mine is just yet, but so the missing the free throw thing to me is I struggled with this as well. But the missing the free throw thing to me is come on, like. It shouldn't be that difficult when you're standing there on a line and just shoot the shot, make the shot. And how often does it really come down to a missed free throw that misses the game? Who knows? I mean, especially in a late game situation. So, yeah, okay. Walk off, those things happen. Like you said, Kevin made the point there. Walk off home run is going to happen to a guy. It does suck. You see on our screen right now, that was a walk off home run, and that poor pitcher's about ready to cry. But I hate that. However, the swing for me on this is this clip that I'm going to pop up on the screen here for a minute, and it's just a GIF. It's not a video, but to me, this is the ultimate missed field goal, lose the game moment. And it seems like Alabama finds a way to lose to Auburn by missing a field goal every year. But this right here takes the cake for it all. And it's this beautiful.
Yes, the return.
The pick six, or the kick six of all things, of all ways to lose.
That man.
Yeah. You don't, not only do you lose the game because you missed a field goal, but then you allow the guy to return it 109 yards for a touchdown. Yeah.
It was awesome to see.
Missed field goal, man, all day long, buddy. I could sit here and watch. I'm going to let this just play for a few minutes. Y'all enjoy it. It's Alabama losing. It's unfortunately Auburn winning, but it's beautiful. So
I'd rather Auburn win than Alabama win. I'm so sick of hearing anything Bama or Clemson, man. I threw off topic just because it was Bama and Clemson related. But yes, that game was awesome because I was like, oh, God, this one kick that Alabama's ever going to freaking make is going to be this kick. And then that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've never cheered for either one of those two teams, but I got up and was screaming War Eagle across the house, dancing around like an idiot just to watch. And I wish it showed Nick Saban's face after he scored.
Yeah, I wish it would have.
Never forget Nick Saban's face when he looks up and realized, that just happened.
All right. So, Justin, we need yours. What do you got?
We are not going to have a clean sweep. I've never been a football kicker, but kicking a ball, and most of the time the kicks are, 40, 50 yards to try to win a game like that one. That's understandable. And I get both of y'all's points. Hey, kicking the ball is, your one job and a one thing. But 99% of kickers are soccer players. They get converted to football. So soccer, you're worried about hitting it in a big goal, not in between two uprights.
Below the ball. Out of the
yeah. I like the replacements thing there. Yeah, I'm with you there. The missed free throw, free throws obviously aren't that easy. They say LeBron's the best in the world, and he can't hit a free throw to save his life 99% of the time.
Oh,
although Jordan did hit one for Mutombo with his eyes closed.
Yeah, a real goat. Yeah, a real goat.
But yeah, the real goat that works out. That right there, throwing a pitch to somebody and walking off a baseball field. I have been in a game. It happened to me one time in my life, and I was 12 years old, and none of my teammates came by and said, it's okay, we'll get them next time. No, they walked off. And walking off that baseball field with the other team going nuts, watching somebody circle the bases, celebrating, is so painful. And you didn't do your job right. That's missing a pitch. Somebody hits a home run. They're 9 times out of 10, they're not hitting a good pitch and just getting a hold of it. That's you missing your spot and them crushing it.
So is it like Matt Cronin should have thrown a breaking ball instead of a 30th fastball in a row kind of thing? Is that what you're saying?
No, because I understand how Matt Cronin, how that happened to him, because he was tired and he was overworked that whole series. It's more like Jose Altuve knowing what Aroldis Chapman is throwing and crushing it to end the game kind of deal. It's more of you're the better team overall and you're there and the other team cheated to still kick your ass. and they go on to win it. That's what it more feels like. I feel like that moment right there is when somebody hits it, and Kevin, you know this because you've played baseball. When you hit it flush and you know it's gone, you're gloating. Okay? When you're a football kicker, you don't know if it's going. You know it might go, but 9 times out, they don't always know. And a free throw, I mean, it could bounce off that rim and spin around 20 times and hopefully go in. But when something like that happens, when Bautista hits it and flips that bat 50 feet in the air and stands there and stares at it for a minute, that gets to your soul, man. That gets deep. I mean, and then you got to walk off that field. Have you ever, a football kicker, Astros did cheat, William, and that's why they got taken away from that World Series. They don't have it no more. They can't claim nothing no more. We're not getting on that tonight. Anyway, back on point. Walking off that baseball field, have you ever seen a pitcher, somebody come by, tap him on the butt, give him a fist bump, put a hand on their shoulder? No. They just walk off that field. That's why it's called a walk-off. That is the most depressing thing in sports, is to be that pitcher and have to walk off that field by yourself. There has never been not one pitcher in the game that's had anybody say, it's okay, it's not your fault. No, it's your damn fault. Why did you do that?
Yeah, they know better. You don't tell a pitcher it's okay. You don't tell them that. Because
it's not okay. It's not okay.
We're a little loose in the head up there sometimes, especially closers and bullpen guys. Yeah, we're wired different. You don't tell us, oh, it's okay, you'll get them next time. Hell, I don't hear that. So I get you.
It don't matter because he just got you that time.
Yeah, you can't get that ball back. It's 400.
And let me tell you,
the Agri building.
Can you imagine if you're at home and the walk-off happens? It's the biggest celebration. Yankees do not suck. 27 champions will. 27-time champions. We are not going this route.
Don't get Will started on the Astros and then the 6 in 20 years for the Patriots crap, and let's just not.
Well, the Patriots are going to be awful this year because they have nothing, and the Astros are not going to be in the playoffs for the next 5 years because all their players are going to have concussions because everybody hates them right now. So I really hope baseball starts because we're gonna have a counter on the bottom corner of the screen for every Sports Junkies on how many times the Astros get hit, and I guarantee we're at least getting the triple digits this year. I don't care how many games they play. Everybody's plunked in at least 3 times a game. You play 100 games and 3 times a game, that's 300 hits. They're gonna get hurt.
That's a lot of free bases throughout a season, though, man. Shoot.
That's a lot of free bases, but good Lord, let me throw one ball. I'm plunking Altuve directly in the head.
So Kevin is for those of you that don't know, Kevin is our baseball guru, baseball writer. You can find him on 103.7 The Buzz during the week, talking prep sports and bringing some good stuff to the table with Randy Rainwater, easy for me to say, on Drive Time Sports. But he's also my co-host on Around the Diamond. So if you're not one of the 1,000-ish people that listen to that every week, you need to become one of those people.
You got to listen to it. It is awesome show. I listen to it every week. It's like religious for me.
So we had the honor of having Steve Moritz, the San Diego Padres scout. So last night on the podcast, which is out right now, so make sure you search that on your favorite podcast app. But what I was going to say, Kevin, is maybe we should have asked him about what his thoughts are on how many times the Astros should get plunked this year.
Yeah, and I talked to him a little bit today, and we were talking about when they're actually going to make a decision. And he told me that you can look for in the next week or two, now that the social distancing restrictions by the government have been lessened and taken off the table starting today, I believe. So ending today. They're going to have something made by the end of next week probably. So it's going to be interesting to see. And, yeah, the 300 is a lot of free bases. But, yeah, it's really weird. It's kind of taboo to talk about it. Baseball is really old school in some ways. So, you know that shit happened. You know what's happening. But there are other people who have been doing it too. So, what are we going to say about it? Once they get called, it's just going to run it for everybody else. So,
is that Dwight Howard shooting the free throw? I'm sorry, I laughed right in the middle of Kevin talking because I look up and I see Dwight Howard's awkward big-shouldered little head ass over there trying to shoot a free throw, and it just looks awful.
Well, nobody gave the free throw answer, so I had to throw the GIF up there at some point. So
the air ball too. I mean, you can't even hit the rim. My 3-year-old can hit the rim.
Yeah. So I popped this comment up a second ago from Christopher Shaw, but he's got a point. I mean, what does William Watkins even do? I mean, okay, fine. He did put these pictures together in the back of my screen. He did that for me. So I guess, and he does babysit Zach a lot on the Friday show. So there's that.
He helped me get a
full-time job.
Yeah. I really can't. Hey, I got to give Will some credit. He edits all my articles, and let me tell you, my grammar and spelling.
Your grammar.
Yeah, right. I can't even say it, and much less being able to actually read it. I mean, whew.
Yeah, well,
it's amazing that I have an education. Back to the education, my point of, they're still stupid even though they got college, Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, Kevin, I know you got some fun stuff. We promoted this last night on the podcast, but let's get it out to some folks now before we finish up shop tonight. Let's talk about your the rock, paper, scissors tournament you guys got coming up.
Yeah, Cody Perrin, good buddy of mine, is coaching baseball at Cabot High School. He had an idea. He wanted to do a fundraiser during this time for Arkansas Children's Hospital. And tomorrow night, Friday at 7:30, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter, Instagram, they're having an Arkansas Celebrity Rock, Paper, Scissors contest. KETV will be well represented. Todd Yacobian, Ainsley Watson, Allison Courtney, some personalities from the Buzz, Justin Acree, Randy Rainwater, and former Speaker of the House Shane Broadway, former Razorbacks Hunter Henry, Joe Adams will be taking part. So if you can, log on 7:30 tomorrow night, click the link, go donate to Arkansas Children's Hospital, and it's going to be a great event. I hope you get online and check everything out.
Yeah, without a doubt. Make sure you hop on, find that. We'll try to link that as well, through our social media. You can follow me at Steve_NSS. You can find Justin at Justin_NSS, right? And,
yes, sir.
And Kevin, I'm going to let you give yours because it's easier for you to give it than me to mess it up.
Twitter is Coach Cabo21.
There you go. So, and look, guys, give Kevin a follow. He always has really, really, really good stuff to put out there, and really, it's some really good interviews. You guys keep up with him. You can follow it on SoundCloud if you've missed the last episodes here over the last 2 months, I guess, at least, that you've been on the Buzz.
Yeah.
So make sure you get on SoundCloud. You can catch those last episodes or on the 1037 The Buzz website. And but man, I appreciate you joining us this week and being our guest, Kevin. It's been a good time,
guys.
Thanks, Kevin. It was fun.
Yeah, it's always good to have somebody. I never want to be the smartest person in the room, which hardly ever happens anyway. But to get Kevin in here to put us in our place, that feels good.
Yeah, but I'm surprised the baseball. How did the baseball guru not pick the baseball as the worst moment? I was very surprised.
Because I look at stuff analytically and logically, both. So, you want to disappoint 9 or 25 guys or 52 guys?
Well, and let's be real, Kevin. Justin picked Manny Watkins and Anton Beard, so analytics and all that justification goes out the window anyway. So.
Oh, wow. Apparently you didn't read my article either. Thanks.
Oh, man.
I went in.
It's going to happen, man. We're rooting for you. You're going to come back. All right, guys. Again, appreciate you guys joining us for this episode of the Sports Junkies. Make sure that you get out and you like, share, subscribe our podcast Inside the Natural State and Around the Diamond with myself and Kevin. And also, make sure that you catch Zach and Andy tomorrow night on the original NSS live tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central. Like the Natural State Sports Facebook page and sign up for those live notifications. Until next week, man. Appreciate you guys joining us. We'll see y'all.
See you guys.
What happens when you do not change your oil? Change your oil, folks.